Hi, welcome to BohoMystic and welcome to your September monthly reading. So it's an all signs reading. I've pulled the cards for everybody. That was an undertaking and a half. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Yeah, got your oracles out. I have a small tarot here if we need some clarifiers. And let's just get into it. It's going to be a long one, guys. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that this experience with the eclipse has been, I don't know, survivable. Hopefully you have been able to traverse all the feelings and emotions that I feel the eclipses have brought up. And of course, let's not forget the full moon also. I've been feeling that one big time. I've been feeling it all big time. And I feel like a lot of us have. So, you know, twinsies, I see you. I feel you. So, like I said, let's get into it. We're just going to go in order this time, starting with Aries. So, Aries, you're up. All right, Aries, let me get your cards. Let me get glasses so I can see what's going on. And let me carefully take the cards. These are some big piles here, my love. Okay. Aries. I did pull in a majors only deck, so everybody got a major, and you are starting out big with the World card. Love it. All right, let me move these gorgeous things so I know who we're on. Excuse me. A little bit of a coughing fit. Okay, the World card. We're looking at unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Disillusionment. And in this deck, it's in the suit of like problems. We have 1122. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm coughing for no reason. Okay, let me get some water. Number 1122. This is a rough start, Aries. Maybe you feel, or maybe this is what you've been going through, a rough start, a rough ending, thinking like something wasn't going to end, because I feel like I can't even get started on your reading. Okay. 1122. Great shift. Personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting goals, oneness, connection, and completion. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Then expand your horizon. I love that. Expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. Now, I put a couple advice cards in here. Be louder than doubt. And then we have the focus card. Eastern religions share a common practice of meditation in which, as creators of our own destinies and aware of our own minds, we each find clarity, the ultimate reason, and the ultimate goal. Please nurture this immense focus to achieve results. And that's under disillusionment. I see where this is going. Let me get you a couple tarot and bring this all together for you. There is this one too. Three of Pentacles at the bottom. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Doesn't that also look so much like the Wheel of Fortune? Let me take a sec. Okay, several things. I did get this image Oh. I did get this image of a person who hasn't had time to process everything. So let's say you found out something that, if not broke your heart, disillusioned you in some aspect of your life. And it's like you don't have any time for self-pity, for processing everything, because your next step, your start date, your obligations are all falling right on top of you to start something new. This could be you starting a new job. This could be you starting, I don't know, in a new city. This could be you having had broken up with someone and really haven't had time to like grieve the relationship before starting on your next journey somehow. This is a collective reading. It's going to be very personal to each of you. But the world, the universe, the energy is telling you, even though things may have ended on not the best terms, or where you've been kind of ripped out of your comfort zone, your next steps, this new beginning that's going to start in September, is the right next step for you. You're on the right journey. And instead of focusing, I actually kind of feel like this is good for you. Instead of focusing on what you don't have any longer, what you lost potentially, right? The loss of innocence when it came to a person. Like it doesn't even have to be in a romantic relationship. It could be that someone let you down. You found out something about someone that let you down. And instead of focusing on that, they're telling you to focus on your new beginning. Be louder than doubt. Many of you may be wondering if this is really now the time for you to start something new, for you to start a new job, if this is really when you should be moving away from where you've been living for a long time, if you should start a new relationship even potentially. It's like, don't carry the baggage from the past into this new future that's awaiting you, because that is a completed cycle. What you just went through, what you just experienced, is a completed cycle. It's a great shift, as it says here in the card, in your trajectory, on your journey, on your life path. It brought you to where you needed to be able to take advantage and take advantage of this new start and to start on this new part of your life. I do want to say it's also telling you, let's not also carry, it's funny, I just did a darkness reading. I don't know, maybe on a softer or a lighter tone, this reminds me of it. It's like, don't take the baggage, the hurt, the disappointment in someone forward into your next relationships. Like, don't paint everyone with the same paint. Like, everybody is not the same. Not everyone is going to be a fraud, I'm hearing. Not everyone is going to hurt you. Not everyone is lying to you. Not everyone was, like, not everyone lives masking fully all the time. Maybe that's what you experienced. And actually, you're stronger for it, because now you understand. You can see behind the mask. You can see behind the illusion of things. So You've learned skills to detect people's BS. You've learned skills, to spot red flags. And it's going to help you in the future. I'm sorry, my throat is super pinching. There is so much love. There's an endless supply of love in this well that is still being offered to you, that you still can access in your life. Don't lose sight of that. This served its purpose. These 4 cups, these other 5 cups here that they're showing, but they've served their purpose for you. You're wiser, you're stronger, you're smarter. And honestly, like I said, it brought you to where you were and where you are, like where you were ready, to accept this new change in your life that's coming. Or it brought you joy at one time. It brought you success at one time. It brought you what you needed at the time to bring you here to meet your fate, to move forward, is what I'm getting. It's like you're done. No more. What did I say in the beginning? It's like no more self-pity, no more frustrations. Even though you may feel hurried in healing yourself and not allowing yourself to grieve as much as you potentially can give into, like you're like, I just want to, close myself behind doors and not see anybody for 2 months. That's also not the healthiest thing to do, right? The universe is concocting this plan, this new beginning for you so that you can not lose yourself in this disappointment. And you are exactly where you need to be. September is going to push a little. This 8 of Wands, as I said, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. There's a little clock in the middle there. And the time is ticking. So you may need to you may not feel like you're ready to make decisions, but I think you are. It's saying, don't waste the time you're given. They're sending in a wheel of healing. They're sending in a push, a gentle push for you to keep going and not let whatever this disappointment, whatever this impact was, ruin an opportunity that's coming your way. So as I said, September is going to be push and pull. It's going to push you maybe a little faster, harder than you want to go, because you're kind of like still holding on to that, baggage, still holding on to that situation, not wanting to pull yourself out of your funk maybe. But I think the universe is saying it's time, and that you're exactly where you need to be. And it's time because that, whatever that is done. That's what I see for you, Aries. Love it. I'm going to pull one charm for you just to see what comes out. Aries, please. Okay, we have a fortune cookie. Be happy. It's one way of being wise. I love this. Be happy. It's one way of being wise. Choose happiness. Not the sadness, the grief, the sorrow. And I have to say, I hear self-pity, and I don't want to say it, but because I'm hearing it, I have to tell you that's how I work. This is not the time to wallow. This is the time to seize opportunities as they're coming to you and just go for it. Choose happiness. There are some numbers here, and I want to give them to you in case they're important for you or they're a synchronicity. We're looking at 11. Nice. There you go. That's your path, babe. 28, 35, 9, 27, and 1. And I like giving those numbers because they may be your birthday for your Aries season. So, all right, my loves, that's what I see for you in the month of September. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your portion of the reading. So what's September have in store for you? Let me pull these out carefully. As I told Aries, I did put in a majors only deck in there, so everybody gets a major to give us a really good idea of what September is going to be like for you. So we're looking at life cycles as the death card. I love it. As a fellow Taurian, I'll take it. Ending, beginnings, waiting for that rebirth. All right. What else do we have here? Cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. All right. I love there's a dragonfly in there. Transformation. Transformation, transformation. We have withdrawal. In this deck, there's like different suits, and this would be considered one of the cards in the problem suits. He's withdrawn. Guys, 11-11. I've been noticing 11-11 big time. What about you? All right, wish come true. Nice. Moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. That's awesome. What else do we have here? Then we have a couple advice cards. Love yourself. Ancient Chinese doctors identified a point in the body called the Main or Gate of Life chakra. It's located on your back of the point opposite of your navel. It is believed that if you concentrate on this point, you can adjust the entire balance of your body. Love yourself and focus on energizing your main. That's M-E-N-G and then M-E-I-N. Mine, maybe? And that's, again, on your back, opposite of your navel, your belly button. And that's under cleansing waters. That may be a ritual or just a meditative session that you may want to do. That's really interesting. And that, wow. Choose yourself. And it's under withdrawal. I definitely know what that is. Wow. Under life cycles, we have 11-11. I mean, this is your cycle. It's in and of itself. This is on your path. This death and rebirth, this change, this new beginning, this reemergence of you, Taurus, is on your path. It is part of, I want to say you're breaking free from cycles and putting yourself back on your path, maybe. I just got. We're looking at cleansing waters and love yourself together. I just love that. I feel like, talk about an edict. It's like, this is something that you should consider doing in the month of September. And then we have withdrawal with choose yourself. And I know Taurians give a lot of themselves. You overgive. You don't choose yourself very often. The fact that you have love yourself and choose yourself, you may have been going through a period of time where you've been depleted. You maybe have even been surrounded by what, it's commonly referred to as like energy vampires, or you give of yourself and your identity is are your relationships as they apply to others. And your identity could be built around others, justified by others, validated by others, but never are they truly yourself, or parts of you are not fully developed because of that. I hope you're following me. That was very specific. I'm going to get you a couple tarot and let's take a look. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. It's a give and take. I think you've been over giving, but I think that you're going to learn how to receive in September. All right, this fell first, and that's the Emperor. I love that it's a boot. Okay. I'm going to see them all, then we'll go from there. We're looking at the Nine of Cups and the Devil. Wow. Okay. Just heard and saw. You know how like sometimes you have the little angel and the little devil on each of your shoulders? I just literally saw, it was like someone flicking off the devil. It's just so funny. And the fact that it's a boot, it's like kicking the devil out of whatever situation this is. But I know what it is. Don't doubt and don't feel bad for putting yourself first. That's, I think, the devil that sits on your shoulder, Taurus. I'm getting that very clearly. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to be happy. There's nothing wrong with you choosing what makes you happy and not others happy. That's a big one, right? There is something here about you pausing your status quo, like you're operating, like your modus operandi, your MO, like the what you always do, who you always are. And you're like, I'm actually putting a reset. I'm resetting boundaries. I'm resetting my needs, making my needs known. If I give, I want to receive. I want equitable relationships. That's what I'm seeing for you in the month of September. I think it's going to be uncomfortable. I think people are going to be surprised and wondering what's wrong with you. I've been feeling, and it's so funny because I was going to do a reading on cleansing. I've been feeling that we in the collective need to cleanse more. So I would say definitely cleanse. It's just stabilizing your chakras, cleansing your auric field. You know, it could be done so simply with water, just walking in the ground, sage, palo santo, just clearing your mind. I mean, it's anything. It's about putting the intention behind you wanting to release energy that does not serve you at this time. And I think that that would help you. And don't forget, because it's like washing, right? After you come out of the shower or you have an amazing bath, you feel rejuvenated. You feel brand new sometimes. You're like, wow, I feel like a new person. And I think that's what you're going to start feeling like once you start putting yourself first and focusing on yourself. That truly is the death card. It's rising from the what you were, the past, rising from the ashes of disappointment. Sometimes it's just rising from the ashes of just who you were. You may not be coming from some horrible traumatic experience. You may not be coming from really a lot of toxicity, but you may be coming from exhaustion, overdoing, lack in like mentality, love, self-love, self-awareness. Yeah. I can see this as a mother just giving, 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 and doesn't feel at all nourished back by those in her life. A friend that just is always there for others. But even though I think your friends, I said her, maybe you're female, but even though you may have friends that will help you in turn, but you never ask because you just feel like, nah, I don't want to be, an inconvenience. I don't want to impose on others. Those are the ways I think that you are going to start putting yourself first. I do. They're like little things I'm hearing and seeing. Catching yourself and asking, like, why don't I ask for help? Why don't I reach out to others for advice? Why don't I say no and not explain myself when I do? Those are the ways I think you, Taurus, are going to start choosing yourself. And this devil, like I'm saying, it's you kicking its butt. And you're like, nope, sorry. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm taking charge of my life. I'm taking charge of my life because I want to be happier. The more that I fill my cup, I will then in turn, it's like you're realizing that the more that you fill your own cup, the more in turn you'll be able to fill other people's cups, but you're teaching others how to treat you. They will start filling your cup too. But you've got to let them. You've got to let them. What did I say? It's also learning to receive. Learning to receive. So I'm going to get a charm for you. All right. Taurus. Oh, I love that. We have a chess piece, and that's actually the Queen. And we have a cycle. That's what I see it as. An unbroken cycle. You are going through something. You're going through something, my love. I'm getting a lot of like Empress energy out of this. I'm getting a lot of understanding your sovereignty, taking your sovereignty. Maybe you give so much of yourself that you don't even feel sovereign anymore. You don't belong to yourself. You don't have something that you stand up for, or you don't identify with anything anymore. It's like pulling in parts, calling in parts of you that have been lost. Claiming your autonomy, your authority in who you are and what you want, and expressing it and creating that in life. It's funny because I'm thinking you may have felt like you've been a pawn in this life, but they're telling you, no, you're the queen. You're the queen. You can create the life you want. Channel the Empress. Realize your needs are there to be met. Don't apologize for wanting abundance of life, however that looks for you. But I do believe that the wheel is turning and that you need to commit to that. Yeah, that's what I see for you. Beautiful reading, Taurus. I'm excited for September. I think it's going to be uncomfortable, but there's a lot of growth. And I think you're doing it. I don't know. I feel like it's just the way you are now. This is just who you are. You finally, without apology, are just being true to yourself first. And that's really big. Love it. I'll take it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you at the next one. Love you. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your portion of the reading. Let's make sure I get the right things. I do have a majors only deck, so we're going to be able to have an idea of like the theme for your month of September. And what are we? The Emperor. Nice. Gemini. Huh. Taking shelter. The answers are within. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I know I said, huh. Not that I'm surprised. It's just that I felt like maybe this is you taking control of your thoughts. I mean, listen, I'm a Taurus. I know what it's like to have Uranus in your sign. Okay. Then we're looking at romance. And this has like different suits in this deck. It's not a tarot deck. It's an oracle deck. And this is in the luck suit. And then we have 0330. 0330. Lucky shirt. What? Come on. Love, peace, hope, and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others. Progress and creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time. Yeah, I agree with that. You probably haven't been feeling yourself, and you're feeling finally like the fog is clearing. I think after especially the eclipse and all this, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals, and that's under authority. And I love the threes. Creation. Okay, then we have the climb. In the Bible, the phrases, do not be afraid and fear not, are repeated many times. I know that you rarely feel fear, partly out of lightheartedness and partly out of your love for innovation and change. Now is the time to fearlessly start the climb towards your goals. And then these are the advice cards. And then this is worth it. I know what this is. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to get you a couple of tarot, and then I will give you what I have for Gemini, please. Thank you. It's exactly what I thought. The Magician. Yeah. But the reason why, let me tell you what I thought, and then I'll tell you with the tarot. So what I saw is this, there is an enlightenment, an activation, an awakening that's happening for you in September, Gemini. No question. This romance card is screaming the Lover's card for me, Gemini. This is you seeing yourself, falling in love with yourself, falling in love with your life, and empowerment. Having, like, again, all I see is, that's what I saw when it came out, the Lover's card. This is becoming powerful, empowered again. And I do feel that you've been feeling out of sorts, potentially for these past few months. I think that you haven't been thinking like yourself, speaking like yourself, understanding yourself the way you used to. And I think you're coming out of that. I think that you are alchemizing. You are figuring out how to live in this new energetic reality that Gemini has to now. Communication is different. I think it's different than it's ever been for you. So yeah, and that's where you're creating a new version of yourself with the threes, in my opinion, coming out of this. I think that you are going to feel like you're in command again of who you are in your senses. And this taking shelter and with the climb, I mean, is that not hermit big time? This is the enlightenment that you're getting. I think you're going to have so much introspection. You may even feel that you need to meditate, really dig deep within yourself and find yourself. You know, like when you get that feeling that I need to do that, like I need to understand my life. I need to understand me, like what's going on. I need to center myself again. And I think you're going to have quite a bit of self-actualization in the month of September. This is quite spiritual. It really is. And I think it's only going to exude in the physical. And as I said a bit ago, the Nine of Pentacles completely solidified this reading for me. The Nine of Pentacles is my self-actualization card in tarot. Different cards mean different things to different people, and this one is just one of those for me. You are learning to live, to actualize in the physical, juggling your spiritual in the physical too. This is you learning to live your path, your ideals, your authenticity. This is learning how to survive in the physical world that you are manifesting, right? We have the Magician at the bottom. This is you learning again. It's like, it's taking control of your life. Again, that's what I'm getting. And what you've gone through and whatever battles that you've been experiencing and whatever blockages and difficulties that you've been overcoming have been worth it, because in the end, it's found you again. It's you looking at you. It's falling in love with yourself again. It's finding your other half again, your understanding of yourself again, that has been, I think, lost in the commotion for these past few months with all the astrology. You're going to be unified, integrated with the Nine of Pentacles, independently Gemini again. And I think you're going to feel centered and where you can breathe again, because you're yourself. You're not feeling like you're in a different skin anymore. And that's what I'm getting for you, my loves. September's big. It's really big. I'm going to get you a charm. Oh, you got a lot. You got a lot. Let's see. I see the moon. So I see the moon card. Oh, wow. So if we look at this, it's a cat who's staring at the fish in the tank, right? Or you can think that maybe he got in the tank. But what I heard with this was a fish out of water. A fish out of water. You may have felt like you've been a fish out of water. You've got a lot of these. How funny is that? This is my Bob Ross pin. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what this is worth it. What you have gone through, what has thrown you for a loop, it could be, again, spiritual and physical, because it's all interconnected, babe. It's about everything that you've been suffering through, overcoming. It's been worth it because it's found you. You found yourself. You found yourself. That's what I feel. Emotionally attached to fictional characters. How funny is that? Oh my God. What I'm getting with that is that it's like there was a moment where you're like, was that a dream? Is this life a dream? Like, this doesn't seem real to me. My life doesn't seem real to me. My life has taken a huge turn. It's gotten all wonky. And you didn't recognize it or yourself. And I think you even doubted if what you were doing in the world you were living, in the life you were living, inhabiting, was the right one, was the right one, was the right one. Oh my God, I keep saying the right one. Was the right one? Was good for you? Was a mistake? I don't know. I guess it's the right one. And I think you are learning that you are on the path. You're on the path to enlightenment and finding yourself. Wow. This is an angel message from a loved one who's passed. A cardinal is a vision from heaven. And this is my big time. If you have an ancestor on the other side that you may have lost recently, or that you are attached to, feel a connection with, they're sending you love. They're saying, hey, I see you. I'm with you. Guidance and support. Beautiful. And that's here with, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Yeah, you know, the whole little thing I did with like, is it the right one? And I got like stuck on a freaking loop. I think you may have been considering you've been making mistakes. Like your choices have been mistakes. And I think you're going to realize in September they haven't been. You're going to process everything, where in the end you're going to feel grateful for the difficulties in life. If not grateful for, you're going to see your strength today as an asset. Yeah, as an asset. So Gemini, big month. Wow. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your portion of the reading. I got to get these out very carefully because... oof. So as I told everybody else, I do have a majors only in here. So we get a major card to see what are we looking at for the month of September. And you're the Hierophant for the month of September. I don't know if you're the Hierophant, but the Hierophant energy. Let's see. With advisor. I'm getting like finding something out. Or studying. Absorbing everything you can, right? Interesting. Okay. Then we have answering the call. The time is now. And then I have an oracle here that has different like suits. And this is from the problem suit. And this is with loss. Then you have 111. Nice. Intuition. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. Time to implement long-cherished ideas. You're on the right track toward your dreams and making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. And that's with advisor. Yeah, I have so many things going through my mind. I'm waiting until we finish because, yeah, I can see so many possibilities here. And then these are like advice cards. So we're looking at desire for freedom. Even you who may feel homesick after the first day of a vacation, desire freedom. We are certainly not talking about escaping, fleeing, or leaving without a trace. It's just that at the moment, you need to do your own thing. Even someone expecting you for dinner feels like a bind. Wow. And then speak your dreams out loud. Cancer. I'm loving this. Again, I can see a few things, but I just want to show you how they have fallen. So we're looking at Advisor, the Hierophant with 111. We're looking at answering the call, the time is now, with desire for freedom. And loss with speaking your dreams out loud. I just heard making up for lost time. So I'm saying it, but that's what I heard. Let's get you a couple tarot. For Cancer, please, Spirit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, obligations. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Star. With the Four of Pentacles, I'm really seeing protective energy. Let me see if I can bring, if you give me a second, I just want to see if I can bring all these examples into one cohesive reading. So, as I said, with the Four of Pentacles, I'm literally seeing and hearing protective energy. I think that you've been protecting yourself, or you're very comfortable, and maybe even sometimes confident you don't need someone else to help you. I'm just giving you what I'm getting. And I think that's what you're actually ultimately healing in this situation. I think that you are used to doing everything by yourself. I'm just putting it out there. But I have to say, there is a call here. And I think in the month of September, you're going to allow yourself dream big and start planning or realizing the time is quickly coming for you to make a change in your life. Now, excuse me, with the Hierophant here, I definitely can see this as a person outside of you. It's a person telling you or kind of pushing the envelope a little bit so that you make a decision. Because let's say if you're like a college student and this is truly your advisor, they're going to help guide you in the right classes and the timeline that things have to be done so that you don't waste time. That's what I feel. I don't remember what I said here. There is something about time here. This may be that you're finding out something that is the impetus for you to make a new decision. Like, I don't know where I'm getting this, but like a lease that's coming up, or that you maybe even renting a house and all of a sudden the owners decided to sell the property and now you're forced to completely change your next year to 2 year plan. But you've wanted that. You've been kind of holding back on it, but you've wanted to move. Like you've wanted a huge change and the universe is delivering it through someone. I hope that you're following me. It's like you're in a rut and you need and know that you need. It's taken you a long time, but you now know that you have to do something different, have something different happen in your life for you to be happy moving forward. You're healing aspects of yourself where you don't let others in. So that's also making me think of, you're also very protective of yourself. You know, it's not often talked about, you know, the pentacle suit is everything in this world, in our physical world. It's your body, it's your family, it's those that you surround yourself with. It's everything here that's manifesting here. And I feel like you've been hiding away from others, and you're learning to heal that within you. I mean, of course, our pasts influence that in our lives as we grow older. You know, the fact that this is with Speak Your Dreams Out Loud makes me think that you had so many dreams that didn't come to fruition. So you're afraid to even dare to dream anymore. Dare to say things out loud about wanting something, about desiring something, because it sounds silly. It sounds, you just, in the end, really, I mean, I'm not going to even go through examples. In the end, you really just don't think that they're going to happen to you. And maybe some parts you don't deserve it. Or things just didn't fall into place like that for you in the past, and you don't believe they're going to in the future. It's about having grace with yourself. There's a lot of self-love that's growing through here. Maybe you're learning, let's say this Hierophant is you. Maybe you are, right, with the 111, maybe you're learning how to express joy, how to put yourself out there emotionally with others, even romantically. Allow others in your life. And there's self-realization and unconditional love here also in this card. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. You're on the right track towards making your dreams and visions a reality. It's time to implement long-lost dreams. So maybe you're learning of new opportunities. Maybe you just met new people. Maybe that's the intuition and the downloads you're getting, like, hey, the universe is setting up meet cutes. The universe is placing people in my life. The universe is opening, is activating my heart chakra. Maybe you're learning of things in your community that have inspired you to dare to dream, right? So maybe there's a new class. Maybe there's a group of people that meet every week or every month that you, like a book group or a study group, or I can get a lot of college from this too, but that are just fell into your lap, like that information you just found out about. You're like, okay, this is a sign. I realize this is a sign for me to get out there, to express myself, to be seen, to join in. Whereas I haven't been doing that in a while. I feel like this is your heart, this horse. It's like beating, 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 wanting to leap from you. And I think it's time for you to answer that call. And I think you're going to. Now, I think that this is all happening and it's building and growing and leading to this heart opening in September. It's like giving yourself permission to put yourself out there. You know, even if you're afraid of rejection, even if you're afraid of failing at something, even if you're afraid that you're not as good as others. Let's just say like it's a writing group or an art class or I don't know, something like that. And you're afraid that you're going to look silly and stupid and I don't know, like all those words. You're not. Because everybody else feels the same way too. You're all coming together and giving yourselves a space, a safe space to see each other and meet one another and hopefully make friends and soul tribes and soul ties and all that good stuff. I can feel an ache in me. Like I can feel the red threads from me wanting to see who they're connected to. Yeah. There was a movie or something like that, or like a Korean drama or soap opera or something. I don't remember what that was from. But yeah, that came to me like so strongly. The time is now to follow your intuition. The time is now for you to follow your higher self and its guidance. That's what I see for you. So I'm going to get you a charm, Cancer. Let's see what else we can tease out of this. Yeah, a few too. You got the treasure chest. And I want you to know that's an amazing omen because the other side is definitely not a good one. And then you have this witch's rune. I mean, like we're talking about connection, seed of life, cycling through, how you and others are intertwined. Thank you, Spirit. That is so what I was talking about, like the red threads. There is some destiny at play here, my loves. Look at this. You have two hearts. You may find a soulmate, romantic or otherwise. But your heart is seeking other hearts that it's tied to. There is something like that for you. I hope that if you believe that or not, I don't know. And I want to say there is writing behind here, so I'm going to read that. So this may be significant for you. A sister is someone to dream, cry, sing, laugh with. So maybe you are meeting or reconciling with a sibling, a sister. Maybe you're meeting friends that you are like sisters. Maybe, I don't know, meeting a sister for the first time. If you've never met half siblings, finding family, searching for your family, that could be for someone. That would tie in very well. I may have to sneeze. Wow. And then you got this. This is an amethyst. It's like a teardrop amethyst, but for me is love. Love. It represents love. So partnership, romance, committed relationship. You have a lot with pulling back these really intense boundaries you have around yourself and start letting people in. But it's like you need to take the first step, right? Tell me all. Or use like, accept that invitation. Someone may meet a soulmate and their partner that they end up marrying. I do want to say that. Then these are stuck together. We have a rubber band, a screw, and then it says, I need a nap. I just got someone like ripped this out of the wall. Meaning this is what's keeping you stuck. It's this insular living, thinking, worried that like you're going to be hurt. All I'm getting with this nail here is like a puncture. Like a puncture in your tires on a car. Like, I can't go out because I may get a nail on the tire. You know, that may seem a little silly, but a lot of people feel and have an overwhelming dread of bad things happening to them if they expose themselves in ways they're not used to nor comfortable with. And that's what I feel for you, Cancer. Like, this is going to be out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I just got, for those of you who know people's sign, maybe you have a Taurus in your life that can be helpful. Maybe you have a Taurus in your, because this is the Hierophant. That's what I'm just thinking. That just came to me. Like, he seems so freaking friendly, doesn't he? Like, is there a person like this, someone that's really friendly in your life that is open to meeting with you, helping you, giving you advice? I don't know. Are you meeting someone that you can learn from so that you can have a new life? I think that you're being pushed out of your comfort zone. In the end, I think you're being pushed out of your comfort zone in the month of September by something or someone. And you are going to be like, and see it as the sign that the time is now for me to go after what I want. It may not be the timing that I thought it was going to be in. The move may not be when I thought it would be, or this person came into my life when I really am not ready for them, but you're going to go for it because you've been wanting this change for a long time. And I want to tell you, it's going to be good for you. Absolutely. It's leading you down a road to love, self-love, unconditional love in the end. And that's beautiful. So, wow. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And I can't wait to talk to you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Leo. You're next. What's September going to be like for you, my loves? I have a majors only card in here. So, it's this way. We are looking at the Empress with sustenance. Love it. The Empress with sustenance. We also have staying focused, hold the course. I mean, your readings for these past couple months have been really nice. So are we holding that course? And then we have an oracle card that the deck has like a few suits, and yours is in the grace pile or in the grace suit, and that has love. Wow. I think you were one of the readings I did like a 2-week reading for, and it was about love being reignited and lots of love. I don't know. Are we continuing the love fest? I hope so. Who wouldn't take that? And then we're looking at 333 with support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. And that's with sustenance and the Empress. I see where this is going. Beautiful reading already. Absolutely. Super right there. These are like 2 advice cards. We're looking at the good life. Did you know, Leo, that there's a frog in southern Africa that is seemingly the saddest animal in the world? It has a downturned snout and only comes out of its den when it rains. If it's true that we often need a mirror to understand what we don't want to be, then you need to mirror yourself in this frog and be the complete opposite. Yeah. It's exactly, that's so funny. I've never even seen this card before, but it's exactly what I was thinking. And then we're looking at done is better than perfect. Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to get out like a tarot, but I already know what this is, and it's awesome. A lot of validation here, Leo. Okay, for Leo, September, what are we looking at? The 6 of Pentacles. Love it. And we're looking at the Hanged Man and the Moon in reverse. Okay. So Leo, I think if I do remember correctly, my own readings that I've done for Leo, you've had some really good months here. A lot of like growth and putting yourself first and finding a new lease on life and a new like viewpoint on life and seeking your happiness. And I want to say this is exactly like the outcome of all of that. It's about staying the course. It's about if it's that you've rekindled your relationship and it's going great, keep doing it, because that's only bringing you those things in return, like love in return, honor in return, happiness in return. It's like you learned how to be present in your relationships and work on your relationships and to keep doing so. It's amazing. It's like you let yourself, look at this. It's the 9 of Wands. And what I'm seeing this as is like you broke yourself out of some kind of emotional and self-limiting prison that you were in before. It's like, you're like, I'm going to start living my life. I'm going to do the things that I didn't do. I'm going to love big, do big. I love that. Done is better than perfect. You know, I'm putting myself out there. If it goes well, it goes well. And if it doesn't, it's okay. I tried. I'm going to try new things. You know, if I don't know if I like something until I try it. You've gotten so much clarity from seeing your life in a different perspective. And again, this is like the just dessert. Like these are the rewards from all of that you've been working on these past few months. I think that you have found support in your family, in your lovers, in your environment, in your community. And you've realized that the more that you put yourself out there and the more people are receptive to you, the more that you give of yourself, you've been receiving that in return. And it's like the Empress having nurtured herself and others at the same time. And it's been beautiful. It's been bountiful. And you're feeling yourself. You're feeling the environment, the energetic exchange that you've been doing with people. No one's perfect, but it's telling you, right, with grace here, you know, you've given yourself grace to fail and to be rejected and to succeed and to thrive and all of it. And you're giving that same grace because we are a projection of one another. And hopefully that's what we learn from these experiences. You've been giving that grace or learning how to give that grace to others also. Allowing for other people to change and grow and do and explore just as you're doing. I think this is just more of the same, and or you're finding how much clearer you are seeing your life and your happiness and your gifts and it's like feeling grateful for the life that you have. Seeing the cup always half full, not half empty anymore. There is an emotional well-being and stability here that I think is going to be through the month of September. I really do. Maybe this is you even trying something new again, something that's on your bucket list. You're like, guess what? September is going to be all about doing this now. Seeing if I can do this. I mean, they talk about unleash your inner artist. Who knows? Maybe you're going to take an art class. Maybe you're going to start visiting museums. Maybe you're going to start taking field trips. Yeah, things like that. Like growing yourself, becoming more well-rounded, exploring the world more than you have in the past is what I'm getting. And I do want to say for some of you, this all could be leading to a new child, news of a new child in your family, something like that. It really can. It's quite beautiful. Something very specific, I don't know. These are collective readings, but I think you get the theme. It's a good one. Let me get you a charm and see what we can pull out for you. For Leo. Oh, I love it. We're looking at the tea kettle and the number 2. Pouring into 2. I'm telling you, for a lot of you, you're pouring so much into your relationships. And for a lot of you, this is your romantic relationship, but this is also you dedicating time and building your relationships. This could be with family, with friends, with your community, as I said in the beginning. And for many of you, this is going to be very overflowing, and you're going to find, new life from all of this in many ways, literally and figuratively. That's what I see for you, my loves. Beautiful, succinct reading, but nonetheless important to give. And just, it's kudos for you. Kudos for you, Leo. And it's going to be a good month. I'm really happy for you. I really am. So if you like this reading, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi there, Virgo. We are just entering Virgo season. So happy birthday to all my Virgos out there. I'm trying to get your cards delicately. Okay. I do have a majors only card in each of the piles, so that should give us a good idea for the month. We're looking at the Magician. I love it. Manifesting through your birthday. Cool. What am I hearing? Maybe this is the getting of the manifestation this month. Interesting. Okay. What else do we have here? Journey by moonlight. Believe in magic. And then we have rules. Now this deck has like different suits, and this is from like the problem suit. So rules. 2 people reading the rules. Arguing over the rules, following the rules, fighting over the rules. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. I heard this could also be reconciliation for some of you. And then we have 2020, compassion, mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Nice. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. I love it. And that's with Magician. Then these are like 2 advice cards. We're looking at game over. You're in a role that is no longer right for you. Because you know how much you are worth, you must be ready to pack up, change plans, and then get back into the game. The journey you were on has come to an end, and continuing along this path would be like looking east for the sunset. That's funny. Okay. I see this going in a couple ways. And then we're looking at bold moves only with the rules. All right, let's get you a couple tarot and go from there. For Virgo. Strength. Yeah, I think some of you are going to be exerting a lot of strength during this time. Let's see. We're looking at that, and that. First card we have is the 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and 10 of Cups. So first and foremost, especially after these cards, I think that some of you may find yourself ready to leave a relationship or to create very strong boundaries, kind of ultimatums in a relationship. That's what I'm getting. We have this boundaries here. We have this game over, this compassion, bold moves only. It's like you've been manifesting 2 different lives, 2 different worlds. You've been living by two separate modes of actualizing in a relationship. And you're going to find yourself realizing that you're better off single, or you're better away. Yeah, single. That's going to be for a lot of you, Virgo. And I think that the fact that you're looking at bold moves only now, I think that September may be that realization. But I think it's going to be done in a very loving, respectful way. It really is, because we do have this, we have an idea of mercy, responsibility. I feel like grace is involved. Yeah. So that's for some of you. And I think that you're going to be very happy, because I don't think this is something that's been, that just came up overnight. This is something that you've been probably negotiating for a long time. Or I have to say, because you were receiving something, and that's what it feels like with this card. And I said, maybe you're receiving a manifestation. That you could be finalizing your divorce, maybe. Maybe that's what it is for some of you in the month of September. For others, I'm going to just say it, you could potentially be reconciling differences. Now, this could be reconciling differences in a romantic relationship, but this could be reconciling differences in your job, in your community somehow. This could be like breaking up a contract. That's what I'm getting. Finding a way, amicably to break a contract, break a lease, break a work contract, like a company contract. Let's say you have like a non-compete. You're able to leave the company for another opportunity. And you were like, you know what? I'm just going to ask. The worst they can say is no, right? That's what this believe in magic kind of makes me feel like. Like, you're like, what can happen? The worst they can say is no. Whatever this is, the worst they can say is no. to end something. And you're like, I'm just going to ask. And you get a yes. They're willing to accommodate you somehow. They're willing to, cease the non-compete, or they're willing to, because it's the bold move. It's the bold move. There is something here about pulling out your emotions regarding this negotiation, though. That's exactly what I'm getting here very clearly. This 10 of Cups, the 10s, not often discussed. 10s are, an exaltation of that suit. And I'm not looking at it as jumping for joy. I'm looking at it as too much emotion. That it's about holding yourself back and being more reserved, taking care of yourself and not becoming so emotionally volatile potentially in a conversation or to get your needs met. It's like, as long as I can get what I need to be successful moving forward, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to end without it. It's like, there is something here about this ending is not, you're trying to be as non-emotional regarding an ending because it's for your own good and for your own success moving forward. I'm just going to leave it there with contract. It's like you're manifesting and creating your next steps in September through a decision to just go for what you want and what you think is right. Even if now I'm going to say this, even if it goes against the rules, you're going to believe, it's like you are choosing to believe that there's a possibility. I'm hearing like someone was like, there's no possibility in hell that that's going to happen. And you're like, no, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to extricate myself from this situation. And again, the worst thing they can say is no. And you're doing it. I'd love to know what this is. This one is a little confounding. There's a very straightforward message, but there is something here like that. I'd love to hear. I really would. I really, really would. I think someone's going to show compassion to you. Or because of the way that you go in, they're going to give you what you want. That's what I'm getting. Or you're going to accept terms in the end because you know it's the best thing for you. And you're like, all right, I'm not going to cry over this. I'm not going to get, it's like, that whatever and how this is splitting, it's the best thing for you moving forward, for your own independence, for you to be able to take care of yourself. Yeah, there's something like that here. If this was a personal reading, we could delve more into what specifically this is, but that's just really, you know what? One more, no more. How's that? Because I just want to satisfy myself. We're looking at strength in the Chariot. Holy moly, I'm telling you, it's you moving, you quitting, you breaking up with someone, or you figuring out how to move whatever situation this is along so that, because it's the best thing for you. But look at that, the Two of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. And in the end, you're going to get what you want. You're and if it's really not the last thing, it's not like, and if it's really not that, it's not exactly what you want, you know that it's the best of all worlds. And you're going to try to leave or have this end amicably. I'm going to get a charm for you. What is this about for Virgo, please, Spirit? For Virgo. This is the child portrait. Oh my, well, I mean, I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, this for me is a child portrait. So this could be hashing out a custody for your children from divorce. Maybe that's what you're waiting on. You're waiting to hear, like I said, maybe you're ending your divorce proceedings and you finally gotten to like a point where you guys can agree on custody. Maybe that's what this is. Or this is a new beginning, that you understand it's time for a new beginning. And because of your belief that there's a possibility that you can move on from whatever this is, you're going to try and say, the heck with it, I'm going to try. And you're going to get it. You're going to get something that allows you to be able to move on, move forward somewhat amicably, with enough for you to be able to take care of yourself or be successful in a new beginning. That's what I have for you. Well, okay. Well, Virgo, happy birthday. Big stuff. A lot of closings. Like, I could have seen the world in this. Like, you have a lot of like wrapping up. But I think more so than the wrapping up, the magician does tell us that you are in control. It comes from you. Whatever this tying up of loose ends or negotiating or whatever this is, it stems and comes from you. And you're understanding that anything is possible, and you're trying to get the best ending out of this situation, and you're going to get it. Well, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Love you. All right, Libra, you're up. Let's take a look at your cards. Halfway. Holy moly, this is long. I have a majors only deck in here, so let's see. You are looking at the Devil card as being your cover card for the month. Holy moly, guys. Month of September. It's called Entrapment. And there's a huge spider web that's over two people. They look like a couple, potentially. I actually got, doesn't necessarily have to be, could be the devil in its highest vibration. Let's see. Then we have Fogged In. Go slow and take time. Really? Huh. We have Doubt. And this falls under the problem suit in this deck. Then we have 06. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I was going to refrain from talking, but yeah, this is going down a path that's interesting. We have 0606 with commitment, loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, and solutions. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best. Open up, for the best is yet to come. And that's under entrapment. And then we have forever. These are like advice cards. It says, gray has always been considered a sad, melancholy color, but perhaps you don't know that gray is the color with the most nuances. Even a forever can have different nuances. Wow. Yours doesn't necessarily need to be the same forever as others. It's time to build, but follow your own rules. And that's under fogged in. Go slow, take time. And then with doubt, we have you are the magic. Okay. I mean, clearly off the top of these cards, you can see that we're talking about a relationship for many of you, Libra. Some of you may have doubts about your partner. Some of you may be having some just things brewing, right? With the grays, things brewing in your relationship, hashing out gray areas in a relationship, becoming maybe or deciding to become committed in a relationship. That's interesting. Maybe you're dating and you're like, okay, are we going to be committed now? What does that mean? Are we seeing other people? Are we not seeing other people? What I expect, what fidelity means to me, what loyalty means to me. But I love that go slow, take time, meaning this is going to take time to negotiate a lot of this turmoil potentially in a couple. And I would say more so than anything, a romantic couple. I want to say that the fact that you are the magic with doubt here, I would say that you can dispel and create magic. Meaning you have the control in this relationship or in this situation, potentially. You have more of the upper hand in a situation. That's what I'm getting. And with this commitment and entrapment, what I'm seeing is with this web, it's really hard to see, right? It's clouding your vision. And maybe it's remembering the commitment that you have towards one another. Maybe it's speaking honestly about your feelings and about what makes you feel trapped right now in your life or in your relationship. And all the while, all I'm hearing is it's really easy to break that. I know, that's what I'm hearing. I'm saying these other things and that's what keeps coming to the forefront. It's a spider web. You can just go and clear it away. So why aren't you? What needs to be, maybe it's a good thing that you guys feel a little trapped, maybe behind this curtain. Maybe you're taking time to hash things out, have tough conversations that you haven't in a while. Because there is a person here with the floral bouquet and then what seems to be the woman over here. And the woman over here is looking at him. But there's this pool, this fountain between you two. So someone's willing to give, but the other person doesn't want to give in yet, has doubts, doesn't fully believe what's going on. But there's also, when there's doubt, there's also doubt that there's disbelief in many ways, right? Disbelief in your own feelings, potentially even regarding this person. There's something like that here. But with the you are the magic, I want to say that you're the one that's doubting. Wow. I got like, you know, there's that classic thing where people talk about, like, men like to solve a problem. Like in a heterosexual relationship, there's so many cliches about when the female has a problem, she wants to just be heard. And the guy is like, how can I fix it? And you're like, I don't want to have it fixed. And I need just to be heard. And there's something like that here. Like, she doesn't need his flowers. She just wants to be heard. And she feels like there's all this emotion between them, or that this disconnect is creating a lot of distance between them. And it's only agitating, and it's creating more of a distance between them emotionally. And she is realizing, I have my own flowers. I don't need your bouquet. I just need for you to hear me, because she has all the flowers within her. But there is something here about that you are the magic, that you also are the one that is kind of not only the holdout, but you're the one that also is most likely the one to solve this. So what is it that you're not doing? Are you expressing yourself? Are you allowing him in? And I'm only saying that because of the artwork. This could be in any relationship, in any romantic sense. I just want to make that clear. And the examples I'm giving you are stereotypical cliche things, as I said. Yeah, there's something like that. There's something about, you hold the cards. Are you going to show your cards, or are you not, to solve the problem? That's what I'm getting. The cards are really clear. The last thing I was going to say, and what I originally said, maybe like the higher octave or the higher vibration of the Devil card, was a lot of passion. But that's interesting. Maybe you feel like this relationship is all sexual and physical, and you're doubting if it has legs to stand for the test of time. Like, if it's something that is real between you two, and that this other person can be a committed partner to you or not. Yeah, that's here too. And that just came to me. So that, yeah. And I love the advice of go slow, take time. Right now you're in the fog. Honor that within yourself. Respect that. You are not ready to make a decision one way or the other. And that it's time for introspection, maybe not lashing out and breaking up something that you are not completely clear about yet, because you may regret it later on. Big stuff. This is big stuff. I'm gonna get a couple tarot and see what comes out, but the oracles are pretty clear. There's two. Wow, the Emperor. Yeah, it's about taking charge. It's about taking charge. But when to take charge, and how much are you trying to control the narrative in this situation? And that maybe you can't control it right now, and you have to believe that for now. Wow, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. And the Ace of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. There you are, the Justice card. There's Libra. Okay. The power is in your hands. I was exactly what I said. And it's also your reading. So you are holding the cards, or you're the one that is in charge of figuring this out more so than the other person, because it may be stemming from you more so than this person. With the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups, is like, you're keeping yourself, you're kind of barricading yourself from this person. You're sidelining this person for a reason. And only you know this. Only you know this, and why. And I think that's what you're going to work through in the month of September. I think you're going, I don't see this as, like, I don't see a tower moment. I see a moment in time that you're going to be working through with your romantic partner in the month of September. Are you going to let this person in? Are you not? Are you barricading yourself? Like, are you isolating yourself and pushing and pulling away and pushing that person away? There's a tug of war here, and I feel like it's coming from you. So, my loves, it's time for balancing. Justice, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands and the King of Cups. This is, I'm telling you, this is absolutely to do with your romantic relationship. There's the divine pair. This is telling me that you feel imbalanced. This is telling me that you feel out of sorts. You're not balanced. You're not able to see clearly. You may feel one way or the other. One day you'll feel the other way. So that's a big thing. Look at that. We have the Lovers card right underneath. I'm telling you. And then there's the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I can see both stories, like I said. It's time for you to do a pros and cons list. It's time for you to truly do some introspection and figure out why you're feeling confused about this relationship. And then you have to let the other person in. Tell them what's going on. Explain your feelings. Explain that maybe you need time. Maybe you're not ready to jump into a committed relationship. Maybe tell them that you're having doubts about the relationship, but that you need things to go slower. And in the end, I think it's figuring out, there's a lot about, is this forever or not? So there may be some fear of commitment going on. There may be fear of failure in this relationship. And it may be simply that you are having an emotional upset, or you're not feeling strong enough, sure enough about yourself nor this other person in the end. Yeah, in the end. Because this relationship right now is putting a lot of burdens and obligations on you. And that is maybe what's bothering you. Maybe that's what's the demands of this relationship in some ways bothering you. Even more reason to talk about it. Because I don't, again, see this as a tower moment. I don't feel it as a tower moment. I feel like it's part of a relationship. So I feel like it's growing pains month in this relationship. And it's being honest with yourself and the other person and working through it. And that's what I see. I'm going to get you a charm. A Libra. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. It's the Roadrunner with help. Your mind is going a million miles a minute. Your mind is going a million miles a minute. Yeah, you may feel very trapped in your own emotional state right now, your own psychological state. I do have to put that out there. And this is the fish bones. This for me is the whole adage of teach a man to fish and they'll be able to fish forever in their lives. Not just give them a fish. But for you, I feel like you think that you're going to an extreme of seeing that this relationship is not abundant anymore. There's no more left to its value. Like, we picked it clean. And maybe, yeah. But the fact that you're getting help makes me feel of your mind going a million miles a minute. and that you need to fish again. Like, yeah. You need help with this. So if that is reaching out, maybe this is looking for couples counseling. Maybe this is looking at what you guys can do together to solve this and not take all the, right, obligations and pressure only on you. That's interesting. Wow, that's what I see for you, Libra. I do personal readings if you're interested through my Etsy app. If you like this video, I'd love a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love for you to join this fam. Until the next one, all my love. Bye. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your portion of the reading. I hope that you guys are doing well. I have a majors only deck in here. So we have like a cover card, and we are looking at the Priestess for you. Isn't that beautiful? Communication. That's what I'm getting big time. Okay. It's got lack of communication. Okay. Let's get the rest of the cards and then we'll see. Watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. Okay. I love it. Here we're finishing up summer. Looks like a gorgeous summer's day. Then we have risk. This deck has different like suits, and this is in the healing suit. This person's walking over to this, going on a tightrope or a rope across the way to get to this person here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, then we have number 1551, 1551 with Hold Your Vision with High Priestess. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. You absolutely do, Scorpio. These are like two advice cards. We're looking at take your time. Slowly growing out. The sunflower is slowly growing out from you. It says, Jiddu Krishnamurti was an Indian poet and philosopher who said, what is deeply and thoroughly understood will not repeat itself. What is deeply and thoroughly understood will not repeat itself. When you feel you cannot leave a familiar setup, try to take your time to understand the dynamics. And then we have turn the page. Wow. Yeah, I know what this is. I see you, Spirit. Okay, let's get you a couple tarot, please, for Scorpio. We have the Ten of Cups underneath. Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the World card. We have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Okay, Scorpio. I truly think that you're going to find yourself in September finally opening up to someone. It reminds me a little bit like Libra, but not. Opening up to someone about how you've been feeling regarding your relationship, and this is not necessarily romantic. I want to make that completely clear in this reading. I think you've been holding in your inner knowing and truth of something, not wanting to rock the boat and risk a relationship. You've been trying to pretend everything's okay, but it's been eating you up from the inside. And I think that spirit, the universe, however you want to see it, is clearly telling you that your intuition is completely right and that you can't keep silent about it any longer. I think that you have been sitting on something. It has like a thought, an idea, just your feelings. I mean, I know, Scorpio. I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for you to open up about your innermost truth and feelings until you have to, or you feel like you have to, then you will, but you won't unless you have to. Like what you've been doing in the blockage, in my opinion, has been this. You've been thinking that time and pretending and just living your life with this person, with this relationship, whatever it is. It could be a work. Again, I don't feel like it's only romantic relationships. So you have been holding something in, pretending like everything's fine, living your daily life, taking your time, waiting to see if it was going to grow and change on its own, right? But it's, again, you've been stuck. Even while doing that, you still have been stuck. And it's gotten to the point that you now need to turn the page because it's eating at you. You know, this risk has to be taken. And I think that's what you're going to say to yourself. You're going to accept, because you may risk losing this relationship. You may risk angering this person. You may risk, I don't know, losing an opportunity. But you know that you can't, there we go. You know that you can't finish reading a book without turning the page. So you don't know, and you can't be sure of what the outcome is going to be until you turn the page. You don't know how that book's going to finish. Yeah. Is there a risk of all the things that you fear? Absolutely. That's reality. But is your peace of mind and your truth more important? And also being honest with this person, because they also deserve your honesty, even if they don't like it. Because in the end, that's showing them respect, in this relationship respect. Is that more important in the end for you? I think so, because you would not be exuding the 8 and 9 of Pentacles, where your mind is just betraying you. You may feel like you're juggling the world, but because you may be responsible for a lot of it. You may be responsible to keep everything up in the air. You feel like that. You may feel like, I have to keep everything together because that's what we agreed upon. That's what we chose to do. That's what we committed ourselves to do. But it's not working out. I think that you're actually seeing how it's just not working out. It may be flourishing in some ways, but in other ways, it's absolutely not. And I think that this cycle is coming to an end in September. So I don't know why. I mean, we're looking at the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil. Like, I think that the stress, the expectations, the demands, and honestly, in the end, your own conscience is going to be like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. And you're going to speak the truth, or someone's going to speak the truth. Someone is going to say something that's going to open the floodgates, and it's all going to come out. Or maybe you know that's the time for you to speak because you want the truth to come from you, not from someone else. You want to like kind of beat gossip. Have a rational, more cohesive conversation instead of something from the heat of the moment. I'm getting that. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you can't be silent any longer, because even though you think you're doing this for this person, or you're keeping the peace in some way, you're not. I don't think you are, because you're hurting yourself. Forget about everyone else. Forget about everything else. You're hurting yourself. You're not honoring yourself and your needs and your truth and what you know is to be true, Scorpio. It's time to open your throat chakra. I'm going to eat your charm and see what comes up for Scorpio, please. Yeah. Oh my God. So we have a cactus. It's a prickly situation. It's like you don't know where to go and grab it. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get stung. Again, I don't know if you are, and absolutely there's that possibility. There really is. There really is. But it's something that you still need to do. It's like, handle with care, because if not, you're going to be all tied up in a knot forever. Like, this is my knot. Like, I can see this as like your intestines, your stomach. Like, you may be experiencing a lot of a stomach upset, you know, like that my tummy hurts type of thing. I know it's silly and young to say that, but you know what I mean. Like, when you're stressed, you're like always like kind of walking on eggshells. Like, your stomach is, that's our gut. Like, it's just like, you may feel that. There are certain things you can't even come close to talking about because it may activate your anxieties around something. I mean, you're asking for freedom. You're asking for freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It's taking flight. It's allowing, right? That's what I'm getting with this. How funny. Look at this little stone there and that stone there. It's like it's asking to be freed. It's asking to fly, to be expressed. I just want to say, cacti are more resilient than we give them credit for. Extraordinarily resilient, right? They grow in the desert. Don't underestimate the longevity of this relationship, or if this relationship can withstand some criticism. I got that too. So turn the page, finish the story, because you guys may still have more to write with one another. Or, you know, maybe not. I don't know. I do wish you so much luck. I would love for you not to feel so stuck because you're doing it. It's like you're willingly doing it. You're willingly living a facade, and that's not good. So this is what I have for you, my loves. I do offer personal readings through my Etsy shop. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to see you again. Oh, my love. Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your portion of the reading. So I told everyone else, I do have a majors only deck in here. So everybody has a major card. And your cover card is the Justice card. Love it. It's Libra energy. It's the weighing of your life. Seeing things for how they truly are. All right. We have stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. That is true. It's like you're taking the lead in here. So then we have intimacy. This oracle has several suits, and this was in the luck category. So intimacy. Then we have 8888. Love it. Personal power. Power again. Material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, right? Justice card, confidence, material gain, epic, and romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. That's with Justice card. That's what I was feeling. Okay, I'm going to hold off and then we'll get some tarot. So these are like advice cards. So we're looking at routine. Jupiter, one of the two planets that represents you, is symbolically linked to pleasure in all of its forms. This includes the pleasure of routinely taking care of yourself, which allows you to really listen to the beats of your heart. Yeah, Spirit, thank you. Show up scared for intimacy. Yeah, I'll show it to you again. That was short. Let me get you a couple tarot and we'll go from there. For Sagittarius. The Moon. Nine of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups. Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. A lot of air, right? Fire sign. I mean, we're looking at lots of air dominating you right now. The Seven of Wands, the Emperor, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, my candle just went off. That was interesting. I think that you're finding, ironically, I think the cards are telling me that you're finding yourself powerless in your life. And that maybe you're like the Moon, the Nine of Swords, and routine is making me feel like there may be doubt. regarding your routine. And what is routine? It's your life. It's the choices that you've made in your life, how your day pans out. I think that you are struggling between doing what you know, right, your mind is telling you to do, but that you may feel obligation from those around you to do something else. But with this stepping into your power, you are strong beyond measure, is telling me that you're strong enough to make the tough decisions, right? You have show up scared. This intimacy card is showing me that you can show up scared into your relationships and be honest. You know, state the facts, state what needs to be done. Like lay down the law without having the fear of rocking the boat. Win. That's what I'm getting. You know, there is something very ethical and matter of fact about the Justice card. And it's telling me that you are able, if you allow yourself and pull yourself out of the fears and the worries and the stress, that whatever this is in your life, you're able to make sense of it all. That you are capable of seeing the pros and cons, being honest in their evaluation, because that's the biggest thing. If you're not honest, then what does it matter? There is something about the fact that you can honestly see your situation. Once you decide, yeah, I hate to say it, but not being so emotionally invested in the outcome and tapping into your own personal power. Yeah. It's like you don't want to let people down. That's what that's exactly what it sounds like. It not sounds like, it feels like, and sounds like, I guess, too. But, you know, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Swords, is like you can see truth in this. All these decisions, but you don't know if you're going to let your mind or your heart dictate to you. And yes, ideally, everything is heart-centered and all of that, but there's at times when we have to admit and understand that what our heart wants in a situation may not be good for us, especially if it's based on or steeped in denial, clouded judgment, toxicity. So I think we're being asked, are you going to allow your mind, your thought processes, your intellect choose what comes next? Or are you going to allow your heart, that I feel is somewhat compromised right now, to make the decision for you moving forward, of that Seven of Cups? Because right now, the reason why you can't free yourself, and I hate to say that, because I believe in love, and I think that in the end, it's right. But not when it's being at the disservice of you, right? This does not sound like self-love. It sounds like you don't want to hurt people's feelings. It feels like you don't want to disrupt other people's harmony, because, I don't know, there's always an X, Y, and Z. It's going to be different for everyone. You're being asked to look at this intellectually, clearly and honestly, to break free from this. You have the Seven of Wands. I mean, there's a lot of defensiveness. There's a lot of fighting what you know is to be true. And I guess in the end, everything is in your heart space. Maybe you're hiding away from yourself what you truly know in your heart is the right thing to do. But until we're ready to see ourselves, warts and all, no one can force you to see that. And that's the problem that I'm having with this relationship. And that's the problem I'm having with this reading. And I think that's what's happening around those that are in your life. We have the Emperor and the Four of Pentacles. All I'm hearing and seeing and feeling is like that saying, you would cut your nose off to spite your face because you don't want to rock the boat. And I know that there's a lot of fear that comes along with that. So I'm not saying that glibly. I'm not. I feel bad. But I do feel like this is an energetic blockage that is limiting your success, your financial success, your emotional success, your psychological success, and just your success as a person, as a human being, as a spiritual human being. Because I feel like you're surviving, not thriving. But I know that you're strong enough to do this. I know that you are. Spirit's telling us. Show up scared. What do we have? Judgment. It doesn't matter. This, I'm just getting, it's like, if it's the judgment of others because you change your mind, because you make a decision that they don't like, if people, I don't know, you don't want to disappoint others. There's something about this being you're not doing what you need to do because you're afraid of people's judgment. Who cares? You have one life to live. I mean, there was something here. Where was it? This includes the pleasure of routinely taking care of yourself, which allows you to really listen to the beats of your heart. Have you been taking care of yourself, Sagittarius? Those are questions that I need for you to hold on to in the month of September. When you feel against the wall, ask yourself, am I taking care of myself? You know, the 8888 is infinity, it's fate, it's karma. Justice is the balancing of this karma. You know, it's like breaking these cycles that are limiting you in accessing your full power. You carry the key. You carry the key to your salvation. You carry the key to being called forward on your next step in life. You do. It's a hard one. This is a hard one, Sagittarius. I think that you're going to come head to head with feeling overwhelmed, disempowered, and having moments of understanding that you need to change your environment and you're going to fight it. But at those moments, you need to remember that you are strong. You can do it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get one on the intimacy. Wheel of Fortune. It's changing. Those that are intimate with you and you're intimate with are the ones that you feel the most obligation towards. I think that is changing. Show up scared with judgment. That is changing. And then we have the Six of Cups. It's like you got to let go of the past to see what's ahead of you. You've got to let go of the dreams and all the expectations that you had regarding whatever the situation is, so that you can move forward. There's more love out there. There's copious amounts of abundance awaiting you. But you have to be willing to dispel the power of past fantasies have on you. Wow. I always have big readings with you, Sagittarius. I'm going to get a charm just to get an idea of what we're looking at. Month of September for Sagittarius, please. Oh, you got a lot. Well, there's your crossroads. We are looking at, this may have started off in 2024. We are looking at the seahorse. It's adaptability for me. We're looking at, oh my gosh. Well, this is, thank you, Spirit. I mean, I feel like I don't even need to go on anymore. If you look at here, this is my square peg in a round hole. It's a button, but that's literally it. Meaning you're forcing something that doesn't fit in your life. And you're not willing to acknowledge that. Then you're looking at protected, that you are protected. Absolutely. Your personal power 8888 card talks about angels protecting you and bringing in abundance. And then these were all together. So we're looking at Capricorn, which for me is representing the Devil card right now. Wow, I understand. And then we have the Broom. And this is my Crossroads charm. The fact that this Crossroads charm had those two in there is telling me you have both choices. And it's exactly what I was talking about. You either are letting yourself be held back, held down to these cords, this obligation, this hold that this has over you, the judgments of others, your fears, or you clean things forward, you sweep things out, you sweep the debris out of the way, you bring in movement. Clean house. Clean house. And the choice is yours, my love. So I think September's a big thinking, feeling, and growing month for you. And that's what I see. I do offer personal readings. I want to let you know on my Etsy channel. I'm sending you so much love. And I really do give you so much courage and hope. And want to reiterate how strong you are, Sagittarius, how strong you are. Okay, till the next one. Bye. Capricorn, welcome to your portion of the reading. These readings have been, whoo! All right. We're almost towards the end here of the wheel. How exciting. Capricorn, I did put in a major arcana for each of the piles. Let's see what yours is for the month. Ooh, the Fool card. I love it. Okay. September. Fool card. What the? Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Wow. That's interesting. There's like an eagle. You can see it like in spirit, or like it's really just, I don't know, in the clouds. How amazing. And there's the energy coming from the lamp. Something definitely is emerging. And then we're looking at joy. In this deck, there's like different little subsets or suits in the deck. This one is from the Grace suit. We're looking at joy. I love this. And then we have 0707 with compromise, self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best just to move on. The truth will set you free. And that's with the Fool. And then these are like 2 advice cards. So the first one is, how pretty. Wow, it's like even that snake. It's like it's ephemeral, right? It's like also like smoke or just like that. Sting in the air. Like managing a hungry dog, you must leash your Mars, which is strong in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. There's trouble in your relationship and it's really driving you crazy. You have to show that you have learned to deal with disagreements in a mature way. Yeah, I thought of that over here with the compromise. That's interesting. And there's 2 people here like leaping for joy. And then there's make noise. I said jumping for joy. You may have some really awesome news that come your way. Because it's like something or someone emerging. Something emerging from this too. Interesting. I have to say, and I just got it really strongly, some of you may be finding out that you're going to be parents. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's get you a couple tarot. For Capricorn. All right. Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's the mother figure. 7 of Cups. Queen of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Empress. Guys, letting you know now, that's definitely on the table. Definitely on the table for, I think, a lot of you. That's exciting. I mean, talk about a miracle of life, right? Miracles, expect the wonders to emerge. Yeah, I think maybe some of you, if you are expecting, you may be giving birth or receiving your child in September. And this compromise, it's funny because this is like a child too, like this Fool card. This child may be coming into your life in September. And this compromise may be, let's say if it's like a C-section or there's another reason, like you have to compromise and say like, okay, we're ready to do this delivery in September. Just had to put that out there. I also have to say, like, if this is that you're finding out that you're expecting, you may have had like issues in your relationship in the past, and now you're finding yourself having to work together. I've often said it in my readings, you know, Capricorn, it's about learning how to not say things that you later regret. So, because I think it's a wondrous thing, and I think it's being portrayed that way in this reading. Yeah, it's like the sting in your tongue, right? Words hurt, and sometimes it's hard to bring them back. So there may be even a warning in here about how you react to wondrous news. So let's say if it's a new beginning for someone and it's not a child, not a baby, but it's a new beginning and you find out about this, and it's something very joyous. Your first reaction, because it necessarily isn't in your plans, or not the way that you envisioned it, and the wording may not be the best, and it's hard to take back those initial words, especially if it's something very joyous for someone else. That's definitely here. So let's take a look at these. We're looking at 3 reverse cards. We're looking at the Queen of... Exactly. Queen of Swords in reverse is exactly what this card is and what I just said. Do not be the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's not how you want to be here. You don't want to be asking for forgiveness regarding this. And if it's at work, I'm just going to throw it out there. There is this whole professionalism and self-awareness. Yeah, like let's say someone gets promoted or they decide to go with someone for something. Be careful of how you react, because those words will be remembered long after you show that you really didn't mean it, or you're, you know, like it may just be a heat of the moment type of reaction, but they're long remembered, and you don't want them to be long remembered by the wrong person in your career. We're looking at Page of Pentacles in reverse and Temperance. I mean, if you were to pick 3 cards, I would say that just summed up what I just said a few seconds ago would be these cards. Being a Queen of Swords in reverse after finding something out that you, with the Page of Pentacles, which is the student, and Temperance in reverse. I mean, it's like you are having a moment of a lack of control over your temperament. Please remember this reading, Capricorn. Please remember this reading in the month of September. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to get a clarifier before I say something. Nine of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Wow. Okay. What I got was this. The reason why this situation may be very sensitive is because someone has been working really hard towards this. Again, this is like someone's dream. When someone feels joy about something, you know it's been like they've been working at this and they've been striving and they've gone through so much hell, right? Where they have maybe even felt prisoner to this battle for a long time. And for a snarky comment or a comment that makes that insignificant in their eyes hurts. I mean, there's no other word except it hurts. So this person may be very close to you that has a wonderful experience. Or even if it's not something that they, like maybe it's been something that they were striving for a long time ago and now it's coming into fruition. Maybe it's them getting something that you wanted, right? The Seven of Pentacles is the look back. Maybe it didn't work out for you, but it worked out for them. This is the time for you to be professional, for you to be like the upright person that you can be. That's what I'm getting. Celebrate it with them. Make noise. Celebrate it with them. Because that's going to get you further in life than anything else. How you handle defeat. Anybody can handle success and be amazing. How you handle defeat speaks more of your character than anything else. And I think this reading is telling you that. And is, if anything, out of all the readings I've had today, is definitely the most like divinatory. Meaning it's giving you a heads up before you step in it. That's exactly what I'm getting. Yeah, I would love to hear. I mean, you've got this. You can do this. You definitely can do this. So it's a great reading. So let me get you a charm. All right. For Capricorn. Wow. Another Nine of Pentacles. Another Nine of Wands. It says, I don't want to adult today. Yes, we need to adult today. Oh, it says, love me with this spiky heart. And this is my broken heart where someone is not being loved the way they should. Or this person's very defensive. Yeah. This is my cog, meaning it's okay. Like, keep moving. Time is still passing. Things will be okay. Life goes on. That's what I'm getting with this. And then we have a coin, essentially. It's a treasure. Like whatever this is should be seen as abundance, as a miracle, as treasure, as fertility. I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I think that you're going to struggle and fight with the I don't want to adult today. That's funny. And I'm not making light of this. I think we should make a little light of this because, I mean, if you see this reading, you'll know if this happens to you in September, you're going to be like, oh, snap. She was right. I love to hear. So, yeah, this is what I see for you, Capricorn. I do offer personal reads. If you are interested through my Etsy shop. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'd love to see you next time. Bye. Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Almost at the end of the wheel. How are you guys? Let's see, let's see. As I told everyone, we do have a major arcana here, so we'll have an idea of what your cover card is for the month. We are looking at Awakening. That's the Judgment card. I love it. I'm like, you're being called up. Promotion, maybe? I don't know. This card is gorgeous. Oh, you're going to be in all of your resplendence. In all of your resplendence is what I literally heard. That's amazing. You're going to come back to life in color. They're coming out from like a black and white body into all this beautiful color. We also have choosing your path. All is possible. Maybe you're going to be given options. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to stop. This is so cool. And then we have neediness. And this is like in the problem category. Then we have number 222, alignment, connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward toward your life? How do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Okay. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Yeah, I see you. I see this. And then these are like 2 advice cards. We're looking at listen to your body. How beautiful is that? All right. Every part of your body has something to say. Worse than at a town hall meeting. That's funny. The point is that as any good unpaid administrator, you have to listen to all of them, record any complaints, take care of all demands, and work hard to satisfy everyone's whims. After all, they are your residents. Well, that's funny. It's not funny. It's smart. It's cute. Smartly written. So your body has a lot to say. And then be the storm with neediness. Be the storm. Oh, well. I already got something. Okay. I'm going to get you a couple tarot, but what did I say about if it's promoting or given options? I feel this at work big time, but given options of like, you get to choose your path at work. Like, how do you see your role being? Like, if you're being hired, like, they want you to make the role your own. Like, how do you see this role should be? Because the need for you is huge, and they want you to come in and clean house, or like come in, wash out all the old gunk and start anew. Because you're aligned to their vision. You are their vision of what they want moving forward. That's crazy. Anyway, let's get you some tarot. I had to get that out before I forgot it. Okay. For Aquarius, what are we looking at? September. I will do that. All right. The 6 of Pentacles. This has come out in like 3 or 4 readings at the bottom of the deck. Crazy. 6 of Pentacles. Exactly. I just heard give and you shall receive. Give and you shall receive. Well, let's hope that's true for you. All right, all right. We are looking at the Page of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. Talk about new beginning. taking that seed. Yeah, you may be brought in for reorganization. That may be your job, like where you come in and you are like a consultant, you work in company reorganization, you're like from head office, and you're coming into something and you're like changing things up. Maybe your company's like you guys are a box store buying up a mom and pop store and you're changing and putting in. Yeah, there's like something like that here. All right, what else do we have? The Hermit and the Page of Pentacles. It's like they want to, what I heard and what I saw is like they want your knowledge, your wisdom. Like that's the key for this success and growth of whatever this is. I'm going to get another card because I don't know what this, I'm just seeing this as work. There's something about you being the key. You know, the Hermit is Virgo. September is Virgo season. You could be handed the keys. You could be handed the keys to something. The reins to something. This neediness is screaming to me that you're in demand. They need you. They're like begging you to do something, not the other way around. I have to make that clear. The problem is theirs, and you are the solution. Maybe you have come up with, just follow me. Maybe you came up with something maybe you came up with some kind of modality, like a healing modality, something that you implemented that was great success, and they want to essentially like copy and paste it across everything. And I don't keep saying they. I would say this is definite. I mean, I am seeing this as your Pentacle world. I am feeling it as your Pentacle world, and I was from the beginning. So, yeah. You're the only one that can weather this storm because you have proven yourself effective in weathering a storm. Like you've made it across. You can surf that wave when so many can't. And they somehow want you to teach others to do it. That's what I'm getting. They want to pick your brain. They want to pick your brain. That could be like at the lesser spectrum of this. You're going to be seen as very capable, Aquarius. You are. I mean, you always are, aren't you? But you're going to be seen very capable. You're going to be seen as like the solution for something. And they want, and I think I've even had a reading like this before where you are like the poster child for what they want. And it's either through your success, through your knowledge, through the way that you see things. And that is what they want to harness. Yeah. I mean, and you have found yourself aligned with the right people, the right circumstances, the right opportunities where you're shining the brightest and you're finally able to choose a path. Or you see how maybe this success will allow you to be able to create the path that you want down the road. Like, this is my ticket to do this. This is my ticket to retire. This is my ticket to get this job, to get this role, to open this business. This is my ticket for the money that I want to make. This is my ticket for the vision that I have to be implemented. Something like that. It's pretty cool. So let me get a charm for you. For Aquarius, please. All right, we have the cactus. We have the letter V as in victory. That could be the letter 5. I mean, that could be V as in the number 5. But I would say if your name starts with a V, awesome. VP, maybe this is you becoming a VP. Then we have a charm that is stuck on this little portrait. So this portrait is of a child, a female child. And then we have a button with the words. Wow, I can't make out the words, but there's letters on there. Lots of letters. You know what I'm seeing? It's like those little decoder rings or decoder pins where you can move them around and they give you a clue, and you put it on the right letter or you put it on the right number and it gives you the letter or the number so you can get like the password. You know, it's like what I said. You're the key. Oh, thank you, Spirit. You're the key. You are the key. Where is that? You're the key. You're being given the key, or you're the key to this enlightenment, to this success, to this prosperity. You're the enlightenment. That is so crazy. And then, of course, with the little child, we're looking at, you know, new growth, prosperity. We're looking at receiving. You know, I do have 2 in here. They're my little boy, little girl charms. So we're looking at being open to receiving. Yeah, there's something really beautiful about this. It may be a startup, I want to say, because we do have a child here and we have 2 pages. Maybe you're being given an opportunity to go to a smaller company, get equity in the company, co-owner, start your own business, something, because there is so much abundance that's promised because of you and for you and from you, all of that mixed together. Look at that. We have the 6 of Pentacles, like I said. We have the Hierophant. You are the Hierophant in this situation. Look at the V, number 5, V. That's funny. You definitely are the Hierophant here. And then we have Temperance. Talk about timing. Timing is now. King of Cups, 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the Star. Here you are, my loves. Healing your lack, healing the lack of happiness, financial freedoms, emotional freedom. We have the 8 of Wands with the clock. The timing is coming. September is big. I'm just letting you know now, September is big, my loves. It really, really is. Well, Aquarius, I'd love to hear what this is for you. You know, being called up to the majors. You're being seen as a major player. And you're going to be able to call shots that you haven't been able to in the past because they don't want to lose you. They need you. You have a vision they want. And that's what I'm seeing for you. I offer personal reads on my Etsy shop. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pisces, beautiful Pisces, you're last but not least. Here we go. I hope that you're doing well. Big kisses and hugs. I do have Mother Trucker. I was going to say we have major arcanas in each of them to anchor the reading, and you guys have the Moon card. So here you are. You are all in your power. You're all in your feels. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Grounding. I was going to say, you are super connected. I mean, look at this image. Isn't that gorgeous? Grounding. Go deep and explore your roots. We have giving, and this is in the healing category. And then we have 99.99, and that is lessons learned, culmination, results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You've made it, and the reward goes to you. Holy moly. That's amazing. And then these are like kind of advice cards. We're looking at the good life. Pleasure as is known must be earned. Holy moly, these are tongue twisters, but everyone has to the right to choose which level of success merits recognition and acknowledgement. In your case, I am sure you will be particularly magnanimous and indulgent. You deserve a little treat merely for getting up in the morning. You will be particularly magnanimous, and you have giving here. And indulgent, meaning you're going to receive also. There is something about you giving of yourself. And then you have you are becoming. Yeah, I just feel like in the month of September, it's not going to be for everybody if you're not a practitioner or you're not into the metaphysicality of all this, but you're highly, highly lit online, experiencing. I think that you've been in review of your life. I think that you have been processing your life. I think that you are becoming and have achieved a different level when it comes to certain abilities and gifts. That it's made you more magnanimous. It's made you more compassionate, and it's making you more not indulgent with others. I want to say more so you're understanding unconditional love in a way that you haven't before. There is a recognition here from your team, your angels, your guides. And I think you're going to be compensated through your physical world, your physical life, with go deep and explore your roots, because that's what the good life. I think that you're going to, for all your growth and all your overcoming, you're going to be recompensed with abundance in your life. So much so that you are going to find yourself in an opportunity or have the ability to give freely to others. Now, I think for some, it's going to be financial and or materially. And then for others, I think you're going to potentially find yourself an open vessel, an open communicator, like I'm doing here, and find yourself reading for others, feeling for others, activating others, potentially getting downloads and speaking to others about it, maybe you are going to somehow write of your experiences of your life, figure out a way that your experiences have molded you and how they can help others. Yeah. I think you're becoming a version of yourself that's never been attained. And you're finding yourself desirous of wanting to be different and wanting to give of yourself in a way that you never have. I definitely am getting that. Wow. Let's get you a couple tarot. That was fast. The Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you guys have freed yourself from insecurity of thought, is what I'm getting. You may find yourself in September making a decision to do one of those million things that I said. Like, you may put yourself out there publicly regarding gifts. Some of you may start reading. Some of you may open up a YouTube channel. Some of you may start looking for ways for you to express yourself and your spirituality in a way that you've never done before. I would say this is like a first time for many of you. The only thing I have to say is make sure that you are grounded, because you want all worlds, both worlds. It's not just about living within your higher chakras. There's a need for you to fully be present here materially and physically in this 3D world, in addition to being able to access the other realms. I just want to put that out there. But I see this more so, this grounding, this go deep, explore your roots with the good life, where it will be materially expressed. Maybe some of you are actually making decisions to reconcile with family, seek extended family, seek family that needs healing. Maybe you've broken a lot of ancestral and karmic, family karma, that you now know how to help others do the same in your family. You have my goodness, guys, the High Priestess. Pisces. One more, Spirit. One more. Yeah, I was literally going to say, I think you're making a decision to break your silence. And we have the Ten of Swords. Exactly. There is something about you no longer staying silent on who you're becoming. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. These readings are always just so cool. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. Exactly. You are sharing what you are now becoming. You're sharing what you are now knowing, living. Whereas in the past, you may have suffered. Look at this. We have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Again, the Ten of Swords right there. What led you to this moment? Like, you're no longer afraid of keeping your thoughts and who you are quiet anymore. And you're doing it. You're moving past it. Looking at the Empress and the Two of Pentacles. You now know that you can live all aspects of you in this physical world. You can juggle and understand how to juggle and express all aspects of you. Yeah. This is a general reading. I would love to see how this is different for all of you. But from what you have received, and because of what you receive also materially, you're finding yourself in a situation where you now feel the need, I believe, to live an equal life with the collective somehow. You want to give and share your riches with the world. So that could be, again, with your family, with a group of friends. It could be you becoming, finding a platform, creating a healing modality, writing a book, seeking others that come from this world, but that you can add something to it, add your flavor to something. There's something like that here. You have so many lessons that you've learned. You've had so much growth. I think that you are now being asked to disseminate that information to those around you. And you'll be celebrated for it, and you'll be well received for it. And that in turn will give back to you, right? Become cyclical. It's beautiful. I'd love to hear what this is for you. I am going to get a charm just to get an idea if we have anything else for Pisces. Holy moly, guys. We have a dream catcher. And we have a spider trapped in an ice cube. You've unlocked your gifts. You've unlocked deep parts of your spiritual, psychological psyche. And you are now a different, more integrated version of yourself. September is offering you growth, enlightenment, awakening, ascension, all the good words, self-actualization, to an extent that you haven't felt before, because you've been on this journey for a long time. And you now know how to decipher, read, translate, channel information at a pace that you never have before. And or it's given you so much understanding of you, the universe, your place in it, all of existence, that you now feel that you can filter that information appropriately so that you can give it freely to others. That's what I'm getting. You are freeing yourself. You are thawing yourself. You are no longer staying silent as the high priestess. Yeah, that's what I see for you. I know it's super spiritual. That's why I said this may not be for everyone if you're not so inclined. This is crazy. It's crazy good. Wow. Amazing. Whew. Okay. Well, I offer readings through my Etsy shop. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you.